Hi, Aslo Recaps here. Today I'm going to explain fantasy adventure film called Jack the Giant Slayer. Before we get started, I challenge you. You have to click on subscribe and activate notification in less than 5 seconds. You got it? Alright, click the like button too and let's get started. Jack, a farm child in the kingdom of Cloister, is enthralled by the myth of Eric, a legendary king who exterminated an army of monstrous invaders from a kingdom in the skies while commanding them with a magical crown. Princess Isabel is equally enthralled by the same legend. Jack sells a horse for his uncle in the town 10 years later. Jack falls in love with Isabel while defending her honor from a group of hooligans there. As Jack presents them to him as security for his horse, Lord Roderick realizes that a monk has stolen some magic beans from him. Back at the palace, Isabel fights with her father King Bromwell over her desire to leave the castle and see the realm while he wants her to stay and wed Roderick. Jack's uncle also chastises him for being stupid, drops the beans to the ground, and then walks away. Isabel, who is adamant about being free, escapes the castle while it is raining and goes to Jack's for protection. The house and Isabel are lifted into the air as Jack is knocked to the ground by a giant beanstalk that emerges from one of the beans as it begins to rain. The king's knights, led by Elmont and his deputy Craw, ascend the beanstalk in quest of Isabel, with Jack, Roderick, and Roderick's attendant Wick following. During the night, a lightning storm knocks 5 knights off the beanstalk as they ascend, and Roderick and Wick cut the safety line, sending the 5 knights to their deaths on purpose. The two say the rope snapped. Reaching the summit, they come upon the kingdom of the giants and divide into 2 groups, one with Jack, Elmont, and Craw, and the other with Roderick, Wick, and a knight. Jack gets to salvage 1 bean before Roderick steals the rest of them from him and threatens to kill him if he tells anyone about it. A monster traps Jack's group, and while Elmont and Craw are taken hostage, Jack manages to escape while his scent is obscured by being underwater. The knight is tricked into coming close to the edge, and Roderick pushes him off. However, he then runs into 2 more giants, one of whom consumes Wick while Roderick dons the magical crown before meeting the same end. Jack pursues the giant to their lair, where the 2-headed giant leader Fallon devours Craw and he discovers Isabel and Elmont locked up. Roderick enters and uses the crown to enslave the prisoners as the giants are about to slaughter them. He led them to eat Isabel and Elmont and instructs them to attack Cloister at first light. When Jack stabs one of the giants in the neck with a kitchen knife from above, he is just about to chop Isabel up and preparing to cook Elmont as a pig in a blanket. The monster protecting the beanstalk is knocked off the edge of the realm by Jack as the group rushes to it. When Bromwell sees the giant's corpse, he decides to chop down the beanstalk in order to prevent a huge invasion, putting the safety of the earth over Isabel's potential return. Elmont stays behind to confront Roderick as Jack and Isabel descend the beanstalk and confess their developing affections. He kills him, but Fallon succeeds in claiming the throne before he does, leaving him little choice but to flee down the crumbling beanstalk or be imprisoned in the world of the giants. After the beanstalk is chopped down, Jack, Isabel, and Elmont all survive the fall. Jack forewarns everyone when they arrive home that the giants used Roderick's beans to construct beanstalks that they used to assault Cloister. When Jack, Isabel, and Bromwell enter the castle under attack from the giants, Elmont illuminates the moat by pouring oil into it. Fallon plunges into the moat and climbs down into the throne room. Fallon catches Jack and Isabel while the siege drags on and both sides battle for possession of the drawbridge, but Jack pours the last bean down Fallon's throat before he can eat him, causing a beanstalk to rip apart his body. Just as the giants enter the courtyard, Jack assumes the throne. He then commands them and sends them back to their land so they can destroy the beanstalks there. Jack and Isabel marry after Bromwell removes the restriction on the princess being with a commoner, and they pass down the legend of the giants to their offspring. The enchanted crown is transformed over time into St. Edward's crown and preserved in the Tower of London, while the giant's kingdom is revealed to still be present above London in the present. And that was how the movie ended.